guess the elephant in the room is Hogan.
Oh yeah, I mean, of course we have to talk about Hogan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Crazy week, man. Ozzy and Hogan.
Yep.
And both. It's fitting because they both have complicated pasts. You know.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
They're also like iconic. They're both like legends in different ways.
Definitively iconic.
Yeah.
What do you say? Like they're beacons of the industry they represent.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. Somebody was saying
Ozzy.
like,
you could argue Ozzy and his squad of the time invented metal, which is a big deal for both of us.
Yeah.
We're both lifelong metalhead musicians that have played in metal bands and stuff. You know. So yes.
The thing is too, like, I think if with Hogan, it's like he is a guy who you could go anywhere in the globe, basically.
He's the most recognizable wrestler of all time.
Who's this guy? You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
I very firmly believe he's the most recognizable wrestler of all time.
Yeah.
There's others that are in the discussion now, like Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Rock, for sure. But I feel like, man, with Hogan, there's two equally true things that everybody's going to say till they're blue in the face. We all know about his rocky past, right? We all know about the scandals and the shit he said.
Right.
It's not our place to talk about that shit. Not that we wouldn't bring it up if it was important. It is. That's why I just brought it up. That's out of the way. Everybody in the world is going to talk about that stuff. Listen to them. What I have to say is that absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, inarguably, wrestling does not exist in the form it is in today, at least in the United States, without Hulk Hogan.
For sure.
Period. I don't know how you could debate it.
Yeah, and it's also like a case of like,
and he should be remembered forever fondly for his work.
Oh yeah,
as the character Hulk Hogan.
That's
and Hollywood Hogan.
I think it's to separate the art from the artist situation.
Yes. Yeah.
And you know, some people don't want to do that. Like there's Terry, right? And then there's Hulk Hogan.
Absolutely.
Like, you know, so it's like
absolutely, dude.
You know,
and it is what it is.
It was kind of odd because like it kind of was out of nowhere if you think about it. Because
us it was.
Yeah,
for fans that is. Like for fans, it was out of nowhere.
But you know, it was like he's doing this thing with Bischoff, and he was
trying to start stuff.
He's
he was doing
promoting his beer and all that stuff. Yeah. So,
which none of that stuff I really gave a fuck about. However, it didn't bother me.
I didn't.
It was just like, it's Hogan. He's always gonna find a work.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I don't mind that. I mean, look, he's been out of wrestling for a while. It's like he might as well keep doing stuff.
Yep. And I will say, I almost wish he would have just stayed around wrestling more permanently and more strictly, because it might have just I don't know. I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter, you know. It's not like the dude seemed like he was terribly unhappy.
He could have sat around backstage or like tried to help.
Could have been
whatever.
Not
but
a producer, but a bit higher up guy. You know,
but you don't like. I
person.
feel like his personality and his look. It's like he was Hulk Hogan all the time. So it's like he wants to be in front of people. He wants to be on camera.
Be doing that. What I find interesting is, and this is worth mentioning, is that he does get a lot of bad rap for being a racist. Right? Because he said some pretty racist shit.
Which is like not a cool thing
Here's
to
the thing.
Let
me get there. Obviously, I'm not condoning racism. I think racism is wicked stupid. I'm very anti-racism.
Yeah.
I think that you have to be brain dead to be racist. In 2025, you've got to be kidding me. There's no excuse at this point. However, he said some racist shit. And that's beat, and he was judged for it, and he deserved to be.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're getting all these stories coming out post him dying from people like Booker T from Harlem Heat and shit going, yep, well, I could never tell the story or whatever. I'm guessing they never told it because Hogan probably just was like, people don't need to know about this shit, you know? But apparently he actually was helping a lot of people's careers behind the scenes, and he is so only known for being a guy who tried to bury everybody for himself. And to be fair, he was in a very competitive time in the industry when it was way different. and people had to watch their backs for getting screw jobbed and shit.
The thing too is like
There's so much lore to unpack there that we aren't going to get into. That's
sure.
not worth it. Everybody else has talked about it, and they know better. They're guys that were there and stuff,
There's always this thing like he could say some off-color shit a long time ago and bring it back, and like over the years, maybe that changes. I don't know because I don't
know him.
So it's like
I don't know him enough to know. I just know a lot of people are coming out now saying he was actually a wicked good guy who helped their careers or helped them when they needed it and stuff, that are all different types of people at all different parts of their career.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, of course, he also tried to say he was like going to play bass for Metallica and all this weird shit. He's famous for a lot of weird tall tales that we know aren't true. And those are just funny to me. They don't make me hate the guy. They're just like, and they're like, it's Hogan just saying shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not, I've never heard a story of him doing anything ultra fucked up, like fucking raping somebody or killing his family or some crazy shit.
Yeah.
So in that regard, it is what it is.
Right.
I
think it's just a
he's
matter
one of the most important, greatest wrestlers of all time.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty sure I've always said that, always will.
Well, it's like I said, it's like just separate the art from the artist.
Yeah.
Do respect him as what he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the whole point of this discussion, the whole point I want to get at, I think it's important to tell wrestling fans, if you don't like the things the guy said and you don't like his politics, you don't like anything else,
right?
That's valid and you shouldn't, but don't let it make you feel bad for cherishing the work of the character.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's okay to do that. We watch movies by guys that we know are complete sketchy scum child sex offenders and shit. Yeah. And the movies are great. And the real guy is a scumbag. Like, it happens all the time. It's not that simple. So my whole point is just don't feel bad if you're celebrating Hogan. There's nothing wrong with celebrating Hogan after he died for the character.
Yeah.
And the memories, the childhood memories and stuff.
I'm going to send out a couple posts real quick just to let people know we're on.
Yeah, go for it. I want to quickly say about that. Seeing we're talking about Hogan dying. Me personally, I figured I'd give my encounters of first seeing Hogan. And you could do the same. My first time seeing Hogan, and I'll be quick, was literally WCW, like right before he turned. Because I didn't grow up with him.
Yeah.
I was born in 88.
That's
so,
true.
He already was doing a lot of that stuff. And I was too young to see him as the Hulkster in like the early, late 80s, early 90s. I was a toddler. I don't remember that shit.
Yeah.
So my earliest memories
are
seeing him in, I'm a couple years older than you, yeah. My earliest memories are being a little kid, like right as NWO was popping off.
Yeah.
And so to me, by far, it's my most cherished character work of his whole career is Hollywood.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people would agree with that, honestly.
I think his work as Hollywood is better than that, but I just explained why I'm biased.
Right.
And like, I get it, It's different. People that are older than me that grew up through, they were little kids in the mid 80s and stuff.
Yes.
He's a god to them.
Yes, for sure.
So.
Yeah, he was like an American icon. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's part of Americana.
Yes.
He's part of America.
Yes, dude. When you think of America, it's like
pop culture,
dude. Yeah. Eagles, bald eagles. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Beers, barbecues,
and Hulk Hogan, and taking your vitamins and saying your prayers and shit.
Yeah, dude.
All that stuff that he for sure was doing much more than that.
Yeah, all the time you get like Reddit, like wrestling boards, they'll post like, who was the champion when you were born, and you know what I mean. And it's like every
answer, Hulk Hogan.
Most
Hulk
people
Hogan,
are like,
Hulk
it's Hogan.
Yep.
Yeah, because he was carrying the title for so long.
Yep, and you'll see stints around that, like Andre the Giant, or no, I don't think Andre was.
Andre had to have had.
He had to have been. I don't know 100% because it was right before my time of watching.
Yeah, I actually never really looked that up.
That's one thing that I think about sometimes. It's like Andre the Giant. I never got to see work live.
Yeah,
and by live I mean just even on like a live pay-per-view or something.
Right.
Yeah, obviously in person, hell no.
Let's see. Maybe I can.
I mean, when he died, I was 5. No, I was 4.5 when he died. I hadn't even turned 5 yet. January something 93, I think that said.
Yeah, let's see if I
Yeah.
can pull that up real quick. There we go.
Yeah, hell yeah. See, I love being able to do shit like this too.
Yeah,
And we're just on Wikipedia. It's no big deal. You know?
WWF heavyweight champion.
Okay, so
tag
he
team
was a
champion.
one-time heavyweight champ. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was thinking about it going, there's no way Andre
Right,
wasn't
of course.
WWF champion at some point.
Yeah.
He was. I would love to know more about that.
Yeah. I mean, I just haven't, it's
Yeah.
like in 91, like I said, Hogan was the champ. And,
Yeah.
the thing was, he was big through most of my lifetime.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
you never knew anything different.
All the way through TNA.
It's just wild, dude.
Yeah.
And to think, like I said, to us, it was just a kind of out of nowhere thing.
Yeah.
But, it happens to everybody,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's cool hearing like stories about him.
I think I love that. I think that's the right way to handle it, is for people that are fans of wrestling to just share stories of moments of Hogan's career that they like.
It doesn't need
Just
to all be
remember
about you know what I mean?
We all know the shit he did as a real guy,
Yes.
and he's been judged for it, and that's okay, and he deserved to be judged for it. However, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
think the big difference is you're talking about Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
You're
that's
not
what I
talking
mean.
about.
I love Hulk Hogan. I
Yeah.
don't fucking know Terry Bollea,
Right.
so I don't care. To me, yeah, he might be a shitbag. He might be a racist. He might not be. I have no opinion because I don't know.
Yeah.
I only can go by what I saw, and it doesn't look great, but it doesn't look terrible either.
Right.
I can tell you one thing: Benoit murdered his fucking family, and I think he's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. A little bit more intense,
Yeah.
and so I don't know. I don't see Hogan as like a Benoit thing. Not even close.
No, that's
Not
a
even
different
close.
situation.
I think he was. I think that he's a.
It's just one of those
in my
things.
memory and in my lifetime, he will always be the bad guy to Sting's Crow Run, which is like my favorite thing ever in wrestling.
Sure.
So he will always have a special place in my heart and in my mind for being that bad guy.
Yeah.
In that.
It's just a thing, I feel like we have to talk about,
Yep,
it's-
have to. And should. And everybody in the industry should.
Yeah.
We all owe everything we have to Hogan. I don't know how you argue it.
Yeah. No, you
know,
can't.
same with Vince. Vince is a well-known, way scummier guy than Hogan, at least as far as we know. As far as like what we actually know, without a doubt, Vince is a wicked, creepy scumbag guy.
Mhm.
We wicked know that. But same deal. I will thank him when he goes.
Yeah.
For giving us all the memories.
Sad time for the Hulkamaniacs.
Sad time for Hulkamaniacs, and a valid one at that.
It's like
but
he's
I
one of
think
those
it's a
guys
time to
like
celebrate.
I've talked about it before on here. Like some people, like you will just talk to your parents will know.
Oh yeah,
who
if
Hulk
I ask my
Hogan
mom
is or whatever,
who's the first pro wrestler you think of? Guaranteed,
Yeah.
she goes Hulk Hogan.
It's a
There's no
cultural
question.
icon like Ali or you know what I mean.
But having said that, my mom did watch wrestling with us growing up because we were demanding it go watch every week, and so my mom would be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna watch it with
Right,
you."
but it's like I said too. It's like
so she
you could
probably
go,
knows
you
more
could
than that.
travel halfway around the world and they'd still
Oh yeah,
recognize
you
this
go
guy.
any country. Yep, they're gonna go.
So,
yeah, I don't.
yeah.
know this.
Yeah, rip.
Yep.
R.I.P.
Also, Suburban Commando, underrated. That shit was cool. We loved that shit when we were kids.
Oh, yeah.
Undertaker's in it, and he's like, "You're a dead man, Ramsey." Dude, I love that shit. Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
Had to talk. Obviously, have to talk about Hogan. Have to pay respects.